नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं वाचं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् जतं ते पुण्डरीकाक्ष नमस्ते विश्वभावन नमस्तेस्तु हृषीकेश महापुरुष पूर्वज सदक्षरं ब्रह्म यईश्वरः पुमान् गुणोर्मि सृष्टिस्थितिकालसल्लयः प्रधानबुद्ध्यादिजगत्प्रपञ्चसूः सनोऽस्तु विष्णुर्मतिभूतिमुक्तिदः स्नानाद् विधूतपापाश्च यज्जलैः यतयस्ततः केशवासक्तमनसः प्राप्ता निर्वाणमुत्तमं श्रुताभिलषिता दृष्टा स्पृष्टा पीतावगाहिता या पावयति भूतानि कीर्तिता च दिने दिने गंगा गंगेति यैर्नाम योजनानां शतेष्वपि स्थितैरुच्चारितं हन्ति पापं जन्मत्रयार्जितं यतः सा पावनाय अलम त्रयाणां जगतामपि समुद्भूता परन्तत्तु तृतीयं भगवत्पदम्. So we saw that in the 8th Adhyaya talked about actually the grahas in the beginning and then the Kala Nirnayam, the different months and Suryasya Ratha Samsthanam and then Kala Nirupanam, Tadanantaram Gangayaha Utpattihi tu Atra Drishta. So it was a big Adhyaya. And at the end of it, he spoke about Ganga. These shlokas are also about the greatness. Gangayaha Mahatmyam Atra Uchyate. Yojananam Shateshu api. Even if someone is standing beyond, at a distance of 100 yojanas, still they will attain that same papam. So it's more to do with the, the far-reaching effects of Ganga is being said here. Now we move on to the 9th chapter. Navamodhyayaha Jyotish Chakram Shishumara Chakrancha. So Jyotish Chakram, it is the nakshatras. Shishumara Chakram is again the, some people call it the Milky Way. Some people say the entire constellation of stars, as you visualize in the sky, it is looking like a dolphin. So Shishumara is a Jalajantu. Bhagavan takes on this Jalajantu Akriti, and there are several layers to this understanding of this Shishumara Chakram. So Shishumara Chakram is a representation of the entire star galaxy. Nakshatra galaxy itself is in the form of a big Jalajantu, like a dolphin or a whale or something like that. So and that is Bhagavan himself. Some people say it is an Amshavatara of Bhagavan, or Balarama takes on this avataram, and he is present in this world as the Shishumara Chakram. So there are different variations in different Puranas. So according to, we'll read according to Višnupurāṇam here. Sri Parāśara Uvacha. Parāśara Uvacha, same. So Tāramayam Bhagavataha Shishumara Akriti Prabhoho Divi Rupam Hareryattu Tasya Pucche Stitaha Dhruvaha. Prabhoho Bhagavataha Prabhoho Harehe Shishumara Tāramayam Shishumara Akriti Divi Rupam Tasya Pucche Sthitaha Dhruvaha. There are different forms of Vishnu, and one of the forms that is physically present in the Akasham, Divi. Divi Harehe Rupam Yate Vidyate Tattu Shishumara Akriti Vartate. It has taken the form of a Shishumara or a for now we will call it as dolphin. Okay, it's apparently there is a constellation with that name, so we don't know. Tāramayam, it is of the form of Tara. So Tara is different from Nakshatra. Nakshatras are the 27 nakshatras, principal nakshatras that we say, Ashwini, Bharani, Ityadi. Taraha tu tatra anyaha taraha eva. The other stars are all in general referred to as Taraha. So Tāramayam Akriti. Bhagavan has a form which is made up of Tara, and the appearance in the sky is like that of a Shishumara, which is a Jalajantu here. So Bhagavataha Prabhoho Harehe Divi Rupam. The form on sky is that of made up of stars, Tāramayam, and Shishumara Akriti. It has the form of a Shishumara. Tasya Pucche. So Shishumara Akritinaha Pucche, Akritehe Pucche. At the tail end of this Shishumara. See, some people also say that beyond this Brahmandam is Bhagavan, who is in the form of Shishumara. And on that tail is this Dhruva Nakshatram. So tasya puchhe sthitaha dhruvaha, at the end, right end of that tail of this Shishumara Akriti, you have Dhruva Nakshatram. So that's why we always see the Dhruva Nakshatra at the horizon wherever we are. Sa eshaha Brahman Brahmayati Chandradityadikan Grahan Brahmantam Anu Tam Yanti Nakshatrani cha Chakravat. I think Sayeshaha here refers to Saha Dhruvaha. Sayeshaha Dhruvaha. Sayeshaha Dhruvaha Brahman. He keeps moving around. We assume that Dhruva is a pole star and is a fixed star. He has his own rotation within himself, right? So that is there. So Sayeshaha Dhruvaha Brahman, he moves because of Shishumara. So Shishumara Vashat Vashena Brahman Grahana api Brahmayati. He also makes the other grahas, the planets, move. So Sayeshaha Dhruvaha Brahman Chandra Adityadikan Grahan Brahmayati. He makes the planets like Chandra or the objects like Chandra and Sun also move around. Brahmantam Anu Tam Brahmantam Tam Anu Paschat. Following this Dhruva, who is constantly moving, Nakshatrani Chakravat Yanti, all the Nakshatras, Ashwinyadi Nakshatrani api, Chakravat, like a chakram, it keeps following Dhruva and it moves according to Dhruva Nakshatra. Surya Chandramasau, Taraha, Nakshatrani, Grahaihi Saha, Vatani Kamayaihi Bandhaihi, Dhruve Baddhani Tani Vai. It is like this, you have on the Kaila Urida Vechinta Sutinderpa. Chakram also, there is a Uru கயர் மாதிரி ஒன்னு இருக்கும், கடைசியில ஒரு ரவுண்ட் மாதிரி ஒன்னு இருக்கும், அதை வச்சுட்டு சுத்தரிச்சு அது அப்படியே அந்த it keeps moving because of the vata air, and as the middle stick moves, we don't need to move the end strings here. It is only the stick that we have to keep moving like this, and automatically because of wind the rest of the things keep moving. That's the idea here. So Surya Chandramasau, Surya and the sun and the moon, Taraha, all other nakshatras, Nakshatrani, nakshatras are Ashwinyadi Nakshatrani, Grahaihi Saha, Brihaspati, Buddha, etc., Shukran, Shani, Ityadi, Grahaihi Saha, with those, Vata Anika Mayehi Bandhaihi, because of the fact that they are tied to Dhruva. Dhruve Baddhani Tani. They are being tied to Dhruva with the help of Bandha, with the help of a restraint that is Vatanikam. There is an army of winds, Vata, Vayu, which ties these grahas to the Dhruva Nakshatram, and hence they move around based on the movement of Dhruva. Okay? There are different vatas which are said in Kurma Puranam, Vayu Puranam, and Matsya Puranam. Sridhara Swami gives a quotation from Kurma Purana. He says, Avahaha, Pravahaha, Anuvahaha, Samvahaha, Vivahaha, Tad Urdhvam Syat Paravahaha, Parivahaha cha Urdhvam. So Sapta Vayavaha. There are principal 7 Vayus, and then 7 by 7, 7 into 7, you have 49 Vayus again. Remember the story we had before in Vishnupurana where Indra
Bhagavatathliyum வந்து இந்திரன் கட் பண்ணா.
ஆமா கட் பண்ணது. So he went into the garbham of Diti and he cut it. So அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி இங்க எடுத்துக்கணும். So in Kurma Puranam it also talks about the sthanam of these vayus wherein bhu meghayoho avahaha vartate. Bhuvaha meghanam cha madhye yaha antaralaha vartate. The space between bhumi and the clouds, there is a stream of vayu flowing there. It gives the exact places and positions of these vayus also, and because of this army of vata, Vata anika mayaihi bandhaihi. Those become the restraints for the graha, nakshatra, surya, chandran, and other nakshatras. Bandhaihi, because of these restraints, bandhas, dhruve tani baddhani vartante. They are tied to dhruva. So dhruva is like the middle stick and the idla. Shishumara akriti proktam yadrupam jyotisham divi narayanaha ayanam dhamnam tasya adharaha swayam hridi. The Shishumara akriti it is also a dhyana murti. It is not only just a physical representation or a figurative concept. It is more to do with the dhyana murti also. Upasana murti. Shishumara akriti is an upasana murti. Just as how we think of Surya also as an upasana murti. And within the Surya mandale, tatra angushtamatram adityaha vartate, that is Vishnuhu vartate iti, Surya Narayana murtihi iti. Just as how that Surya Narayana Murti is also a Dhyana Murti within that Surya Mandala, in the same manner, Nakshatra Mandale, Shishumara Akriti Rupena, Tatra Vishnuhu Vidyate iti Karanat, Vishnuhu api Shishumara Akriti Rupena, Tatra Dhyana Murtihi Bhavati iti. So he becomes the a position, he becomes the form which the, during the daytime you have sun. So the sun is shining well. So you think of Bhagavan as the Antaryami there and Surya Narayana Murti inside the Surya Mandalam, and you think of him as an Upasana. What do you do during evening time after Sandhya Kalam when there is nakshatras and you don't see the physical representation? If people need that as a pidi madri vechikano illaya, Upasanaki, you always need something which is outside, which you can see inside you also and do the upasana. It is only by practice that you can understand what this is, right? So Shishumara akriti proktam yadrupam jyotisham divi, jyotisham rupam iti yat divi Shishumara akriti proktam. The form of Vishnu in the form of Shishumara, and who is of the Taramayam, who is of the form of the nakshatras, that Akriti, Shishumara Akriti iti yatu proktam, that which was said before in the first shloka, that becomes, that is Swayam Narayanaha eva. In that Shishumara Akriti, in the middle of it, Narayana is present. Just as how we see Surya Narayana as the Antaryami within Surya Mandalam, in the same way here also, Tara Rupena Yatra Shishumara Akriti Uktam, Tatrapi Antaryamitaya, Hridi, inside the Hridayam of that Jyotisham Dhamnam Adharatvena Narayanaha Uktaha. See, we are looking at the Atma Swarupam also, Antaryami Swarupam, behind each and every object that we find in the world. Adhikaha Bripura. So Shishuma Yat Jyotisham Rupam Shishumara Akriti Divi Proktam, the form that we spoke about, which is of the nakshatras, which is made up of the Jyotis nakshatras. Tasya adharaha, the adhara or the antaryami who is behind that Shishumara Akriti, dhamnam ayanamcha, who is also the place, that is, if this nakshatras get their jyotis from where? They get it from the source, which is Narayana. So dhamnam jyotisham ayanam adharatvena sayeva vartate tasya hridi. Tasya hridi ityukte Shishumara akritehe hridi Narayanaha eva vartate. Okay. Vivaswan ashtabhihi masaihi. Now he moves on to the next topic. Because Dhruva was Dhruvaha eva tatra Shishkumarasya pucche vyavastitaha iti uktam. Sorry, here. Sorry, I keep. எனக்கு என்னோட மவுஸ் அப்படியே நகர்த்திடுறது. உத்தானபாத புத்திரஸ்து தம் ஆராத்ய ஜகத்பதிம் சஹா தாராஹ சிசுமாரஸ்ய த்ருவஹ புச்சே வியவஸ்திதஹ. தாரா சிசுமாரஸ்யன்னு ஒரே வேர்டா இருக்கணும் இங்க. Okay. Tararupam Shishumaram Shishumaraha. So Tara Shishumaraha. It is a Madhyama Padalopi Samasa here. So Uttanapada Putraha Dhruvaha tu Jagatpatim tam Aradhya, having worshipped Vishnu, who is the Jagatpati. Tara Shishumarasya Puche Saha Dhruvaha Vyavastitaha. Dhruva has been placed at the tail end of this Shishumara Akriti, which is the form of all of the stars that are there in the constellation. Okay. Adharaha Shishumarasya Sarva Adhyakshah Janardanaha. Dhruvasya Shishumarastu Dhruve Bhanuhu Vyavastitaha. Now, Shishumarasya Adharaha Sarvadhyakshah Janardanaha Eva. So, Janardana Vishnu, who is the Sarva Adhyakshaha. Adhyakshaha is the, he is the Sakshi, Sakshi Bhutaha. Sarvasyapi Sakshi Bhutatvena Yaha Vidyate Vishnu Janardanaha Sayeva Shishumarasya Adharabhutaha Vartate. So he is the substratum of the Shishumara Akriti. Shishumaraha tu Dhruvasya Adharatvena Vartate. Take this Adhara here also. So the Adharam or the substratum support for the Shishumara Akriti is Bhagavan Vishnu. The support for Dhruva is Shishumara Akriti, and Dhruve Bhanuhu Vyavastitaha. The support for Surya is Dhruva. Okay. Tad Adharam Jagat Etad Idam, Jagatcha Idam, Sa Devasura Manusham, Yena Vipra Vidhanena, Tan Mama Ekamanaha Shrunu. Yena Vipra, this again should be a separate word here. Yena he vipra ekamanaha shrunu. Bhanuhu dhruve vyavastitaha. Surya is been established, or Surya depends on Dhruva Nakshatra. Surya, the entire world depends on Surya for its existence. So we need the sun and its energy for us to exist here. So tad adharam jagat cha idam. Bhanu adharam eva idam jagat. Sa Devasura Manusham. Along with the Devas, Asuras and Manushyas, this entire world depends on the sun. Yena Vidhanena, because of the establishment. Vidhanam here would mean because of his process. So because of the process with which the Surya functions, this entire world depends on him. So Yena Vidhanena Yena Suryasya Vidhanena Tad Adharam Surya Adharatvena Idam Jagat Vidyate. Tat Mama Ekamanaha Shrunu. He Vipra, listen to what I am going to say. How this Surya is the Adharam for this entire world is going to be explained further. So listen to it Ekamanaha with a concentrated mind. Vidaswan Ashtabhihi Masaihi Adaya Apaha Rasatmikaha Varshati Ambu Tatascha Annam Annat Api Akhilam Jagat. So Parjanyaha, and then Parjanyat, you have the Sasya Shalini Bhuhu iti.
Bhagavad Gita.
Ama Andamadri. So Vivaswan Ashtabhihi Masaihi, in 8 months he takes water for 8 months continuously, because Ritu, according to the seasons, you have 2 months of rain. So the rest of the 8 months he takes in the water. Apaha Adaya, Apaha Rasatmikaha Apaha Adaya. He takes in water which has different kinds of taste, because there is a different taste when he takes from different people or different areas. When he takes the water from Samudram, it is different. When he takes the water from rivers, it is a different water. So each of these water bodies have different rasas. So rasatmikaha apaha ashtabhihi masaihi adaya. He doesn't do it every day of the 8 months. That's why he gives it in Tritiya Vibhakti here. If he had given it in Dvitiya Vibhakti, then 365 days, அதாவது அந்த 365 days இல்ல, 24/7 all time he takes the water னு இருக்கும். அப்படி இல்ல, it is not காலாத்வனோக அத்யந்த சம்யோகே, it is just in Tritiya. So which means within those 8 months there are times when he absorbs waters of different rasas. Tataha cha, after that, for 2 months, 4 months, 4 months there is rain, Chaturmasilla. Varshati Ambu, he pours down water. Annam, Tataha cha Annam. Varshati Ambu, he, then water flows down. Ambu Varshati, water flows down in the form of rain. Tataha cha, from the rain, you get Annam. Food, that is every type of crop grows because of the rains. Annat api akhilam jagat. For survival we need food, and because of that food the entire world subsists. Vivaswan ashtabhihi masaihi adaya apaha rasatmikaha varshati ambu tatascha annam annat api akhilam jagat. Vivaswan amshubhihi tikshnaihi adaya jagataha jalam. Jagataha, from the world, he picks up water. Jalam adaya. With what does the sun pick up water? Tikshnahi amshubhihi. With very sharp or very sharp சொல்ல மாட்டோம். தீக்ஷ்ணம்னா இந்த இடத்துல very scorching heat அப்படி எடுத்துக்கணும் அத. So with scorching rays, tikshnaihi amshubhihi vivaswan jagataha jalam adaya, having taken up water from the earth, somam pushnati. இதெல்லாம் வந்து அப்படியே புராணத்துல இருக்குன்னு we just have to take that. So because of the heat of the sun and the water that he takes from the earth, he nourishes the moon. So somam pushnati. Surya in turn nurtures the moon here. Atha induhu vayi nadi mayaihi divi nalaihi vikshipate abhreshu dhumagni anila murtishu. These two lines go together here. So somam pushnati, adoda or sentence over. So vivaswan tikshnaihi amshubhihi, with his very extreme rays, jagataha jalam adaya, from the world, having taken up water from the world, somam pushnati, he nourishes the moon. Atha induhu. Now what does the moon do with the waters that he has got from Surya? Vayu nadi mayaihi nalaihi, using conduits. Nala is like a tube, using conduits of this vayu. So idhula kuda, even in modern geography we find that air blows in streams. There is an air pocket airways in
even moonக்கு own light கிடையாதுன்னு இவ scientific proof பண்ணது. That is what it's saying. சோமம் புஷ்ணாதி.
ஆமா ஆமா ஆமா, it takes the light from sun தான். அதனால தானே அது இது வருது, ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன்ல தானே எங்கயோ அந்த பக்கம் இருக்கறச்சே the sun and the stars take the light from the moon and the stars take the light from sun ன்னு தானே சொல்றா. அதேதான். So vayu nadi mayaihi nalaihi, with tubes, through the tubes called adavadhu the air streams or wind streams. Because of those wind streams, the waters from the moon go into the clouds. Abreshu vikshipate. So na induhu etat jalam jagataha yat adritam jalam, the water that has been taken from the world by the sun, which was given to Indu. So the moon then takes these waters and throws it vikshipate. He moves it through the air streams to clouds. So abhreshu dhuma agni anila murtishu, these clouds are of the form of dhuma agni. Dhuma is smoke, agni is fire, and anila is air. So it is made up of dhuma, agni and anila. Megasandeshathla enna solrar? Dhumajyotis salila marutam sannipatah kwamegahangr. The megha is made up of dhuma, jyoti, salilam. Salila marutam sannipa. Salilam comes from the moon here. So Viṣṇupurāṇa reference. Kalidasa knows the Puranas also here. So he knows how it is. So you can give this as a reference there. So dhuma agni anila murtishu abhreshu in clouds which are of the form of smoke, Agni na Vidyut. The Agni light that you see is always in the form of lightning there. Anila, as in air, and then water also comes in through these air pockets from the moon. Now, why are they called Abhraha? Na bhrashyanti yataha tebhyaha jalani abhrani tani ataha. Yataha tebhyaha jalani na bhrashyanti. Because the waters do not slip out of these clouds. See, they come and get collected within the clouds and they do not slip out of those clouds. So as and when the moon sends the water, the clouds do not immediately let them flow through or slip out. It holds on to it. Na bhrashyati iti abhraha. Vyutpatti. Ama, vyutpatti in the இடத்துல. புராணத்துல நிறைய அந்த மாதிரி there are nuggets like this. Precipitation does not happen immediately. That's what it is. So yaha tebhyaha abrebhyaha meghebhyaha jalani na brashyanti, because of the fact that the waters do not slip out of these clouds immediately. Tasmat ataha tani abhrani. That is why they are called abhra. Abhrasthaha samudirita vayuna samudiritaha. Abrastaf prapatanti apaha vayuna samudiritaha samskaram kalajanitam maitreya asadhya nirmalaha. So pratamam abrasthaha apaha, the waters that are present within the clouds, what happens to them? He maitreya, skala janitam samskaram asadhya nirmalaha santyaha. So those satyaha, those waters become nirmalam. How? Kala janitam samskaram. Initially we said rasatmikaha apaha adhyaya iti. Each water which comes from a different source has a different kind of taste, but rainwater has only one, unless it comes within the contact with the atmosphere wherein there are pollutions. That is why the waters will change. The taste of the water will change. Otherwise, the freshest of the rainwater will be the same wherever it is. It will have the same taste. So, nirmalaha jataha. How? Kala janitam samskaram. Because of time, and the paripakaha jayate tatra. There is a transformation to the water that is within the clouds. And apaha, அப்படின்னு இங்க சொல்ற நம்ம டிஃபரெண்ட் இது இருக்கு. வாயுனா சமுதீரிதாக, and then it is being pushed by the wind. சமுதீரிதாக ஆபஹா பிரபதந்தி, அப்ரஸ்தாக ஆபஹா பிரபதந்தி. The waters in the clouds fall down being pushed by the vayu. Okay. one நிமிஷம். सरित समुद्र भौमास्तु तथा आपः प्राणि संभवाः चतुष्प्रकाराः भगवान आदत्ते सविता मुने. हे मुने, भगवान सविता सरित समुद्र भौमाः प्राणि संभवाः इति चतुष्प्रकाराः आपः आदत्ते. So what are the different types of waters that Bhagavan Savita, Surya Bhagavan, takes from the bhumi? He takes 4 types of waters here. Chatushprakaraha apaha. One is from the rivers. Next is from samudram, from the ocean. Bhaumaha, from the earth. There is a natural wetness that is there in the earth, and he can just take that also into himself. And then prani sambhavaha, there is water that comes out of our body also, which is also taken up by the Surya. So there are 4 types of waters that are taken by the Surya. Bhagavan Surya Savita Adatte. Akasha Ganga Salilam Tatha Adhyaya Gabastiman. Now these, you connect this 12th shloka to the earlier shloka saying Kalajanitam Samskaram Nirmalaha Taha Apaha Jayante. Now because of different kinds of waters that this take, and the Nirmalaha you have to substantiate, right? He takes water, then why do we have to change it because of time and all that? Why does he say that kalajanita samskaraha tatra jayate iti kimartam uchyate? Yataha tatra sarijjalam tu ekah prakaraha, samudrajalam anyah prakaraha, dvitiyah prakaraha, bhauma jalam, that which belongs to the earth, that is the third type. Prani sambhavaha, the water that comes from other living beings, is the fourth type of water. All of these are taken by Surya. And then it waits for it to become it is like a natural, idu madri, desalination lam panni pandrom.
RO plant, sun mela vechi.
So beautiful, so beautiful.
Reverse osmosis nana irukku. Akasha Ganga Salilam Tatha Adhyaya Gabhastiman Anabhragatameva Urvyam Sadhyaha Kshipati Rashmibihi. He talks of different types of rain. What happens? So Akasha Ganga Salilam Tatha Adhyaya, Tatha Gabhastiman, in the same manner, if the Surya takes the waters from Akasha Ganga and Anabhragatameva Urvyam Sadhyaha Rashmibihi Kshipati. Anabhragatam, without that water even going to the clouds, directly from the Surya's rays, Rashmibihi eva sadhyaha urvyam patati, immediately it falls onto the earth. This is one type of rain. When we andamadri, if we take a bath in that rain, it is the most pavitratvam, it seems. So tasya samsparsha nirdhuta papa panko dvijottama na yati narakam martyaha divyam snanam hi tatsmritam.
Oh, how will you know that it is?
How do you recognize these things? சில சமயம் வரும், அதாவது மேகமே இல்லாத திடீர்னு ஒரு மழை வந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். என்ன மேகமூட்டமே இல்ல அப்படிம்போம். அப்படியே எடுத்துக்கணும். நமக்கு அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு தீக்ஷ்ணியம் இல்லையே. புத்தி தீக்ஷ்ணியம் is not there for us to recognize. So tasya samsparsha nirdhuta papa pankaha martyaha. He Dvijottama Maitreya, martyaha, a mortal whose papa pankam, pankam nale it's sharing. So the muddy waters of papam that he has is completely nirdhutam, is washed away by the sparsham, by the touch of this divya varsha, by this water. Divyam snanam hi tatsmritam, and narakam nayati, he does not go to narakam. This is called divya snanam. Drishta suryam hi yadvari yat vari patati abhraihi vina divaha akasha ganga salilam tad gobihi kshipyate ravehe. This is also the same, only he sometimes idella interpolation nangala. This is just a repetition of the earlier shloka. So drishta suryam, how do we recognize it? Probably this is how we have to recognize it.
That is how we recognize.
Yeah. So there are no clouds. You see the sun, drishta suryam, yat vari. The water comes from it seems as if it is coming from the sun, and the sun is quite visible. Abhraihi vina divaha patati. Without any clouds, it is falling from the akasha. Akasha Ganga Salilam tat ravehe gobihi kshipyate iti mantavyam. So we have to think of this water as Akasha Ganga's water, and ravehe gobihi kshipyate. Tat salilam, that water is being kshipyate, it is being thrown by the gobihi, kiranaihi, by the rays of the sun. When does this usually happen? So kritikadishu riksheshu vishameshu cha yad divaha drishtarkapatitam jneyam tad gangam diggaja ujjitam. Now this can happen in two ways. One is if it falls on odd number of nakshatras. So kritika, ashwini, bharani, kritika angaradu third nakshatra. Then mrigashirisham. These are all the odd number of nakshatras. So you go by 3, 5, 7, 9 ityadi. So kritika adishu riksheshu, on the nakshatras, vishameshu, on the odd number of nakshatras, like Kritika, etc. Yat divaha drishta arka patitam jalam vartate, the waters that fall from the akasham, wherein the sun is seen, drishte arke sati patitam jalam. Tat Gangam Uchyate, that is the waters of Akasha Ganga, which have been thrown down by the Diggajas. Diggaja Ujjitam.
அடுத்தரவிலேருந்து பாக்குறேன் நான் போய் நின்னோம் வெளியில.
Interesting இருக்கு. युग्मऋक्षेषु च यत्तोयं पतति अर्क उज्जितं दिवः तत् सूर्यरश्मिभिः सर्वं समादाय निरस्यते. This is without Diggaja intervention. It is directly from the sun. On the nakshatras which fall on even nakshatras. Even nakshatra garche Bharani, etc. Yugma Rohini Ardra iti samanakshatreshu stitaha arkaha. So Yugma Riksheshu yat toyam Arka Ujjitam Divaha Patati. The water that falls from the Akasha that comes from the Surya's rays. Tat Surya Rashmibihi Sarvam Tat Sarvam Surya Rashmibihi Samadaya Nirasyate. That all of those waters have been taken by the rays of the water and it is being Nirasyate, it is being thrown down. That is, it is being given down as rain. Ubhayam punyam atyartham. So on all days, when you see the sun, there are no clouds, but there is rain. Both of these kinds of rains. That is the either Vishama Riksheshu yat salilam patati, Athava Yugma Riksheshu, Yugma Nakshatreshu yat salilam patati, on all days. So Ubhayam punyam atyartham nrinam papa bhaya apaham. It removes the fear of papam, fear of sin from people, and it is extremely sacred. Atyartham punyam. Akasha Ganga Salilam Divyam Snanam Mahamune. This is called as the divine Snanam, which comes from the Akasha Ganga. Yattu Meghaihi Samutsrishtam Vari Tat Praninam Dvija. Pushnati Oshadayaha Sarvaha Jivanaya Amritam hi tat. Meghaihi Samutsrishtam Vari. The waters that come from the Akasha, from the clouds, not just this Akasha Ganga Salilam tu nasti. Tatra tu tatu punyarthameva. Atra Jivanaya yat upayogi bhavati tattu Meghaihi Samutsrishtam Vari. So that which is responsible for the survival is the water, vari, samutsrishtam, which has been given out by the meghas, tat praninam aushadayaha pushnati. That praninam jivanaya amritam iti api, you can take the connection here also. You can take the connection here also. So praninam, it gives out oshadhis or herbs for the people who have lives. That is, it gives out crops and everything. It is like a medicinal thing for the prani, the living beings. Jivanaya amritam hi tat. The megha vrishti is like an amritam or nectar for the people's lives. Tena vriddhim param nitaha sakalaha oshadhi ganaha sadakaha palapakantaha prajanam dvija jayate. Hey dvija, this sakalaha oshadhi ganaha, the entire host of oshadhis, that is the herbs that are born, param vriddhim tena nitaha. It gains a great, the herbs are naturally irrigated, and that is why they attain a great growth or they have a great potency because of the rains that come from the meghas, from the clouds. So palapakantaha sadakaha, that herb can be useful until it gives out a fruit. When it starts giving out a fruit, the plant dies. That is the definition of an oshadhi. Oshadhi ityukte phalapakantaha sadakaha. It is very useful until it gives out a fruit. So Adnalda, if you look at the herbs like basil or tulasi and all, the moment tulasi starts giving out seeds, then it will become like a stick, and then will again rejuvenate from the seeds that fall down on the side. So we have to remove. Adnalda, some people just cut out the plant as soon as it starts flowering, so that there are more and more leaves. Yeah, phalapaka antaha. The end of that plant is when it starts fruiting. Prajanam sadakaha jayate. So phalapaka until it gives out a fruit, it is useful. Sadakaha jayate for whom? For prajanam, for the people. Tena yajñan yatha proktan manavaha shastra chakshushaha kurvanti aharaha taihi cha devan apyayanti te. Tena, with those oshadhis, with those herbs, yatha proktana yajñana manavaha shastra chakshushaha aharaha kurvanti. Every day manavaha, people who have shastra as their eyes, that is, they gain their knowledge through shastram. Manavaha shastra chakshushaha, nripaha chara chakshushaha. Kings have spies as their eyes. So manavaha shastra chakshushaha, their eyes are shastra, that is, their knowledge is through the shastras. Those people perform yajnas which are ordained yatha proktana, as it has been explained. Aharaha, every day they perform these yagas using these oshadhis that have come. Devana taihi yajnaihi, atra taihi iti yajnaihi. So with those yajnas, devana apyayanti. Apyayanti, they make them grow. Adavadu pushtiya akaran artham. They make them nourished, because devas live with the ahuti that is given in the yajnas. Evam yajnascha vedascha varnascha dvija purvakaha sarve devanikayascha sarve bhutaganascha ye vrishtya dhritam idam sarvam annam nishpadyate yaya sapi nishpadyate vrishtihi savitra munisattama. So evam, this is how yajnas, yagas are performed. Vedas exist, all of these. Santi iti tatra kriyapadam adhyahartavyam. So you have to take on the kriyapada of santi or live, vardhayanti iti. So yajnas, Vedas, varnas are varnashrama dharma, dvija purvakaha, starting from dvijas, starting from brahmanas, all of the rest of the four varnas, sarve devanikayaha, all of the devas also, and sarve bhutaganascha, and all the pranis also are sustaining because of the vrishti that comes from the sun, of a vrishti that comes from the clouds. So vrishtya dhritam idam sarvam, all of these people, ye yajnaha, ye sarve yajnaha bhutaganaha devanikayaha ye sarve bhavanti idam sarvam. So you can connect this shloka ye and yat tat varnamulyo, adukku badala you can take it as idam sarvam vrishtya eva dhritam annam yaya nishpadyate annam. So this entire community is dhritam, is born because of vrishti, is existing because of rains, and sarvam yaya annam sarvam nishpadyate, because of these rains food is created. Sa api nishpadyate vrishtihi savitra, and sa vrishtihi api savitra nishpadyate, and this rain is created by Savita Devata, which is Surya. Adharabhuta savituhu dhruvaha. Now he goes back to Dhruva Nakshatram. Why did we start off with the Shishumara Akriti and Dhruva Nakshatra and then Grahas and Surya? So we said that Janardana is the base for Shishumara Akriti. Shishumara Akritehe pucche dhruvaha vartate tasmat Shishumara Akritihi eva dhruvasya adharaha. And Dhruva is the adhara for Bhanu, Surya. Surya becomes the adhara for Vrishti. Vrishti is the adhara for Annam. Annam is the adharam for Prani. So Savituhu adharabhutaha dhruvaha munivarottama dhruvasya shishumaraha asau sopi narayanatmakaha. The adharabhuta, the substratum for Savita Devata is dhruvaha heva munivara uttama munivaranam uttamaha maitreyaha. Dhruvasya adharaha tu shishumaraha. Saha Shishumaraha api Narayana Atmakaha. He has Narayana as the Antaryami. This Shishumara or constellation has Narayana as the Antaryami. Hridi Narayanaha tasya Shishumarasya samsthitaha bibharta sarvabhutanam adibhutas sanatanaha. Another way of thinking of, another way of looking at Narayana as the substratum for everybody in this entire world is this way also. Puranam gives us different ways to look at Bhagavan and be thankful for what we are today. So tasya Shishumarasya Hridi Narayanaha samsthitaha. So Narayana exists within that Shishumara Akriti. Sarva Bhutanam Adibhutaha Narayanaha Sayeva Sarva Bhutanam Bibharta Api. He is the one who bears everything. Nati Tanga Kudiyavaraga irkar. Iti Sri Vishnu Mahapurane Dvitiyamse Namamo Adhyaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranseva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vacham Tato Jayamudirayat.
சுஷுமாரங்கிற பதத்துக்கு ஏதான அர்த்தம் இருக்கா? இந்த கான்ஸ்லேஷனோட லிங்க் பண்ண
சிசுமாரனாலே ஜலஜந்துங்கிறார். அதுக்கு வந்து வியுத்பத்தி ஒன்னும் இல்ல பெருசா. ஏன்னா நான் பார்த்தேன், ஒன்னும் போடல. இப்ப டால்பினஸ் கான்ஸ்டலேஷன் என்னத்தையோ சொல்றா. அப்படி ஒண்ணு இருக்கா என்னன்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. ஆமா, டால்பினஸ் கான்ஸ்டலேஷன் ஒண்ணு இருக்கு.
ஆமா, ஆம்பிபியஸ்.
என்னன்னு தெரியல.
அதனாலதான் அந்த சில பேர்லாம் யாகம் எல்லாம் பண்றவாளாம் வருஷத்தின் அதாவேதும்பாங்க. மழை பெஞ்சுன்னா அவெல்லாம் ஓடக்கூடாது, யூ ஷுட் ரெஸ்பெக்ட் தட் அப்படின்னா மாதிரி வருஷத்தின் அதாவேதுன்னு வரும். வருஷத்தின் அதாவேது மழைன்னா ஓடக்கூடாது, யூ ஷுட் ரெஸ்பெக்ட் இட்.
அது எந்த மழையோ யாரு கண்டால
இல்ல, அதுக்கும் பல பேர் கொடுத்துருக்காரு நீங்க சொல்றபடி பல பேர்.
மகோதய, இந்த சிசு மாரகா வந்து சிசுனா குழந்தை, மாரகனா இல்ல. ஐ வாஸ் திங்கிங் மாறன் அப்படின்னா லைக் இந்த கொடியில வந்து மீன் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அதனால சம் கனெக்ஷன் இருக்குமோ அப்படின்னு தோணித்து. ஏன்னா இது மன்மதனோட கொடியில வந்து அந்த 2 மீன் இருக்குன்றதுனால அதோட குழந்தை, அதனால சம்திங் டால்பின், அது கியூட்டா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு அந்த மாதிரி எதாவது கனெக்ஷன் இருக்குமா?
நம்ம அப்படி ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கலாம், உபாசனைக்கு உகந்ததா நல்லா இருக்கும் அது. பட் அதுக்கு மேல there is no reference as such about this much.
சாயங்காலம் இந்த சிசுபார உபஸ்தானம்னு பண்ற வழக்கம். சஞ்சாவனம் பண்ண பிறகு நார்த் சைடு பார்த்து பண்ணுவான். பிரபத்தியே சுப்பிரபத்தியன்னு தைத்திரிய பிராமணத்துல இது உபஸ்தானம் மந்திரமா சாயரக்ஷையில முடிச்ச பிறகு சொல்லணும்னு சம்பிரதாயம் வேதத்துல வருது. சிசுபார அப்புறம் புரோஜனி இல்லைன்னா இதை பிரார்த்தனை பண்றதும் பலன்கள் இல்லாம சொல்லியிருக்கு. இப்படிதான் அப்படி இல்லாம அப்படி மந்திரங்கள்லாம்
ஓகே ஓகே தெரியல. நைஸ் நைஸ். சரி, ஓகே பாப்போம்.